So, it's the Game Impulse here, Keith, and today I'm doing my review of this game, Tomb Raider. So, this game came out earlier this week, or last week by this time, and it was put out by Square Enix. A couple interesting facts about this game. It was the winner of over 40 plus E3 awards from E3 last year, and it is also the first Tomb Raider game to be rated M for mature, which was really interesting. So, this game's a reboot / origin story for the franchise. It talks about how Lara Croft became the badass that, whose games I grew up playing. So, I mean, it's, so I had high expectations going into that. So, like, first off, the graphics for this game are beautiful. It's on par, I think, with, like, how Assassin's Creed 3 and Halo 4's graphics were, I think. Like, the graphics are really clear, really just great. Like, the animations are perfect, and it's like when there's a seamless transition from like gameplay into like a little cutscene, and it's just seamless. Like, you can't even tell. Like, just boom, and then it's a cutscene. I'm like, oh crap, I wasn't playing there. Oh, okay, that's really weird. So I mean, that's like how good this game looks. Like, they made even the cutscenes look amazing, but they made the gameplay look just as amazing. So, it's the usual, like, adventure story. You're on a ship and you crash and land on an island, and you're trying to find your friends. So you're running around, you find most of them, but some of them are kidnapped, and you're dealing with these bad guys who are, I don't know, are like bandits, and you're trying to figure out, what their deal is, because they're like a military group, but then at the same time they're kind of like an occult, and they worship like a god, and it seems, why are they killing people? What is their goals? And so that's kind of like where the story takes you. There's really great options in gameplay. Like, the optional tombs are really fun. They're all really challenging. Like, all you have to do is you have to navigate the tombs, and then they're really challenging, like, mentally. And then you find maps that show you where GPS caches are, or where relics are, or documents, which are the collectibles in the game, which you get an achievement for finding 25% of each one, 75% of each one, and finding all of them. That's like 7 achievements there for the game, and they're like anywhere from, like, I think the highest one is 30 gamer score, I think. You get all kinds of interesting weapons. You have a pry axe, which you eventually trade in and upgrade for a climbing axe, which allows you to scale rock walls and eventually becomes a melee weapon. You get a bow, which you can upgrade to shoot ropes, so you can kind of like climb to areas. Or you put fire. You get fire with it, so you can shoot enemies and they'll catch fire and they'll die slowly. You can blow barrels up. You get a pistol, which is self-explanatory. You can get burst fire mode for it. Get a shotgun, which can be used to shoot open areas that with breakable walls that you couldn't break through before. There's also a Type 100, which you can get a grenade launcher for, and there's all kinds of other cool stuff you get for it. And then the last piece of equipment you get, let's see, there's the bow, shotgun. The shotgun gets incendiary ammo, pistol. And then you get all kinds of other things, like you get a fire starter so you can light your torch whenever you are. And there's just little things to do throughout the game. I'm probably about 7 or 8 hours into the story, and I'm only like 50% in. So it's an interesting, really long, interesting story. One of the other things about this game is I was looking at the achievements, and there's very few story-based achievements. There is one achievement for beating the game. All the other achievements are like collectible-based, or killing this many enemies with this kind of thing, or doing this and doing that, or all kinds of things like that. And then there's a couple for multiplayer. I haven't played multiplayer that much. I mean, I didn't get the game for the multiplayer, so I'll probably end up playing it eventually, but right now I'm focusing on the single player. And it's kind of difficult, because you have to sneak around. Like, you can run in and charge everybody and kill everybody, but it's a lot easier to sneak, because you can sneak behind people and kill them. You can shoot them with a bow. You can blow them up by shooting a tank near them. There's so many things and so many options that you can do. And there's great characters. I felt like sorrow for some of these characters. Like, one of the characters dies. I mean, you don't get to meet him that much, but what he does in that little bit of time, I'm just like, wow, dang, why'd that guy have to die? And then there's just all kinds of, a lot of people, a lot of the main, and so it puts like you feel for this game, which is something that I think lacks in a lot of games nowadays. You don't feel for the characters. And you see Lara slowly become this badass. Like, throughout like the fourth or fifth mission, she starts to become slightly more hardened, and she tells a guy, go to hell, as she executes him. And then later on, like, as you're trying to get out of, trying to escape this little town, you get a grenade launch, and you just run, and you're just like, you can't run from me, and you just go all Rambo, just, on everybody, and it's awesome. Probably the best mission in the game is you're in a burning palace, and you're just trying to escape, and your bridges are falling apart, and things are falling, and every once in a while you have enemies that are trying to fight you too, and then they blow up because of fireworks out, or you're climbing under a bridge, and you're trying to fight them, and then there's also, you have a sniper helping you out. Like, there's so many things going on with this game. It just makes it a great gameplay experience. If I had to give this game a rating, I would give this game a 9.5 out of 10. This is a really good game. Unless Gears Judgment, or maybe even Black Flag, but then we barely know anything about that. Maybe even Bioshock Infinite. Unless those games really do really good, this will probably be my pick, at least as of right now, for Game of the Year. And I know it's early on, but this is my pick right now. This game is amazing. You should buy it. It's, $60. You might be able to get it used by now, even though it's only been out for a little bit. Just buy it. You will not regret it. I'm Keith. This is Game Pulse. Peace out.